Imagine this: a crowded U.S. airport, travelers rushing, announcements echoing, and one man, quiet, composed, waiting in line like everyone else. Suddenly, an American passenger's disrespect sparks a storm. What happens next is not just an incident, but a powerful lesson in dignity, perception, and the hidden weight of leadership. The airport is alive with noise. Rolling suitcases rattle across polished floors, children cry for attention, and hurried footsteps rush toward departure gates. Fluorescent lights hum above, illuminating a terminal filled with exhaustion and impatience. Amid this sea of travelers, a tall man in simple clothing sits quietly, his posture relaxed yet purposeful. This man is Captain Ibrahim Traoré, though no one around him knows it. He does not wear medals nor military attire, nor anything that reveals his position. To every passerby, he appears to be just another passenger waiting for his flight. But his calm demeanor, his sharp eyes, and his dignified silence tell a different story. For Traoré, patience is second nature. He observes everything: the rhythm of security lines, the chatter between airport staff, the restless energy of travelers. He is a soldier, a leader, but in this moment, he is simply a traveler. Unbeknownst to those around him, this quiet anonymity is about to be shattered. What begins as an ordinary day of travel will soon unfold into a confrontation that captures the attention of an entire terminal, and later, the world. It begins subtly. A voice rises over the hum of conversation, a sharp, impatient American. Passenger, visibly irritated by delays in the boarding process. The man scans the line, his eyes settling on Traoré, who is waiting calmly. "Hey, move it. Don't just stand there like you own the place," the passenger snaps. The words cut through the air, drawing quick glances from others nearby. Traoré turns his head slightly, his expression calm, unreadable. He does not respond immediately. Instead, he observes. The aggressor steps closer, his voice laced with entitlement. "Do you even understand English? Hurry up. People are waiting." The disrespect is palpable. Murmurs ripple through the line. Some passengers look down, unwilling to get involved. Others shift uncomfortably, sensing the hostility. Traoré remains motionless, his silence deliberate. His calmness only seems to agitate the man further. "Don't just ignore me," the American huffs, raising his voice now, attracting the attention of airline staff. "I've got a right to be on this plane, and I don't need someone slowing us down." The irony is clear. Traoré has done nothing wrong. He is simply standing in line like everyone else. Yet the man's prejudice, whether born of impatience, ignorance, or bias, has made him a target. This is harassment, plain and simple. But in this moment, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, a man who carries the weight of an entire nation on his shoulders, chooses restraint. He does not retaliate with anger. Instead, he lets silence speak. Inside, Traoré feels a flicker of irritation, but he suppresses it. Years of leadership, years of military service have trained him to withstand provocation. He knows that true strength is not measured by how loud one shouts, but by how much dignity one maintains in the face of insult. His mind races. If I respond aggressively, I confirm his narrative. If I remain silent, I disarm him. With deliberate calm, Traoré finally lifts his eyes to meet the man's. His gaze is steady, unwavering, powerful without a single word. "I am exactly where I need to be," he says softly. The words are measured, controlled, and yet they carry a weight that unsettles the aggressor. The American stumbles slightly, caught off guard by the quiet confidence of his target, but still he pushes further. "Oh, so now you talk. About time. People like you think you're special, huh?" Traoré does not take the bait. Instead, he folds his arms, his silence louder than any insult. Around them, passengers whisper. A mother pulls her child closer. A businessman frowns, shaking his head. The tension is undeniable. The aggressor is beginning to look unreasonable, exposed in front of strangers. Traoré, meanwhile, exudes an unshakable calm that only heightens his authority. Inside, he reflects on the children of Burkina Faso, on the soldiers he leads, on the countless people who look up to him. Every action I take is an example, and so he endures. By now, the incident has drawn more eyes. Flight attendants exchange uneasy glances, debating whether to intervene. Some passengers shift nervously, unsure whether they should speak up. Whispers travel down the line. Why is he being so rude? Did that guy do anything wrong? The aggressor, however, seems blind to the growing disapproval. He is consumed by his own anger, puffing up his chest as if the silence of Traoré somehow insults him further. A young man in the line mutters loudly enough to be heard. "Hey, leave him alone! He's just waiting like the rest of us." The aggressor turns sharply, snapping at the bystander. "Mind your own business!" But the tide is shifting. More passengers are now silently siding with Traoré. His composure is winning him quiet allies, while the American's loud hostility makes him appear petty and unreasonable. Flight crew approach cautiously, asking both men if everything is all right. Traoré simply nods, his voice steady. I'm fine. There is no problem." The aggressor, however, insists otherwise, gesturing wildly, raising his voice again. But the more he rants, the smaller he seems in comparison to the dignified silence of the man he is trying to provoke. Moments later, as the boarding process continues, the aggressor's fate changes with a single revelation. At the gate, a staff member checks Traoré's documents. Her eyes widen slightly as she reads the name. She looks up, startled, then quickly composes herself. "Thank you, Captain Traoré," she says respectfully. The words echo in the air. Passengers turn their heads. The aggressor freezes. "Captain?" It dawns on him that the man he has been insulting is no ordinary traveler. This is Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso, a leader known for his courage, his youth, and his unflinching stance against exploitation. Whispers spread like wildfire. Did she just say Captain Traoré? That's the president of Burkina Faso. The American passenger's face drains of color. His arrogance collapses into disbelief. Traoré, however, does not gloat. He does not smile or taunt. Instead, he steps forward with the same calm dignity as though nothing has changed. To him, respect was never about titles. It was about humanity. But, for everyone watching, the message is clear. The man who remained silent under insult is, in fact, a head of state. Airport security is quickly informed. The aggressor is pulled aside for questioning. His protests now sound hollow, stripped of authority. "I didn't know who he was," he blurts, his earlier confidence replaced with desperation. But that is the point. Respect should not depend on who someone is. Traoré watches silently as the man is escorted away. He feels no satisfaction in the humiliation of his aggressor. Instead, he feels a deeper conviction. Respect must be universal, not conditional. For the airline staff, the event is a moment of reckoning. They apologize profusely, aware that their inaction allowed the harassment to escalate. For the passengers who witnessed it, it is a story they will never forget. By the time the plane lands, the incident has already made its way onto social media. Passengers who filmed snippets of the confrontation post them online. The clips spread rapidly. Respect Traoré trends globally within hours. Commentators debate the incident on news channels. Was this an example of unconscious bias, or simply one man's arrogance? Either way, the image of Traoré's calmness in the face of harassment resonates deeply. In Burkina Faso, news outlets pick up the story. For many, it reinforces their pride in a leader who carries himself with restraint and dignity, even when far from home. Traoré himself remains quiet on the matter, offering no official statement. His silence becomes its own form of power. The incident is more than just an airport altercation. It is a parable about perception, prejudice, and dignity. Here was a leader of a nation, treated as less than ordinary by someone who judged him based only on appearance. And yet, by refusing to descend into anger, Traoré demonstrated a lesson in strength. The symbolism is striking. Leadership is not proven through titles or uniforms, but through composure, respect, and the refusal to let insult define you. It, too, is also a reminder to the world. Never assume. Never judge a person by their clothing, their accent, or their place in line. Behind the most ordinary appearance may lie extraordinary strength. As the story comes to an end, one question lingers. How do we treat strangers? The airport is a place where every race, every language, every culture crosses paths. And in those fleeting encounters, our assumptions are revealed. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's story teaches us that dignity is not about demanding respect, but embodying it. It teaches us that silence can be louder than insult and composure more powerful than confrontation. To the man who harassed him, this was a moment of shame. To the passengers who witnessed it, it was a lesson. To us, it is a reminder. Respect should never be optional. So next time you cross paths with a stranger, in an airport, on a street, or anywhere in the world, ask yourself, do I judge or do I respect? Because you never know who stands before you.